Hello, welcome back. It's a very good day today. How's your day? How's your morning, Mr. J?
Not bad, but
How's
very
your
busy.
morning, Mr. Ruben?
Pretty good, thanks.
Oh, okay. We're ready to do this, right? Guys,
Ready.
we have an exciting topic for you today because we're going to be answering questions that we know you want to ask us, but you haven't quite found the time, and we understand that, but we're going to try and answer them. Hopefully this will be helpful for those that are trying to understand the project more and what it stands for. So the first thing, let's just dive into it.
Okay.
What makes Goldma peculiar? What's so different about this ICO? Mr. J?
Very good question. And there are so many aspects of Goldma that makes it very unique compared to other cryptocurrencies.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start at the fundamentals.
Yeah.
When you engage in a cryptocurrency, you're typically engaging based on what you perceive value that you're going to receive by engaging with this cryptocurrency. There are some cryptocurrencies that are based merely on charity.
Yeah.
Okay? However, that charity is providing value for someone else. There's still value involved. Okay. So we have to deal with the fundamental that, hey, we're talking about value, right? Now, Goldma has value based on the fact that we are now doing a unique business model where we're tying the best attributes of gold with the best attributes of cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency has mobility. It's easy to move it from one country to another or across other borders very easily.
It's like there are no boundaries.
No boundaries. It's 24/7. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't close at 8 o'clock. It doesn't close at 5 o'clock. I can still transfer.
You just stand in a queue.
I don't stand in any queue. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the unique aspect of what Goldma is doing. It's now saying you can do this with the same attributes of gold. We're now going to tie the attributes of gold to cryptocurrency so that I can, I can't necessarily say I got a gold bar, but the value that I have in this gold bar, I now want to give it to my mother who's in Ozark, Alabama right now.
Yeah.
I can't do that unless I'm saying, okay, I'm going to go to the merchant, I'm going to get some money, I'm going to go to Western Union, then go to Western Union and send it to my mom goes and pick it up. That's a process. I'm now saying, okay,
Yes.
now I can put that value into a Goldma token and I can transfer that value to my mom in a matter of seconds as opposed to minutes and as opposed to jumping through all these different hoops. So that's a unique aspect. That's what separates us. And that value, there's a commodification applied to our token because it's associated with gold, which is a global commodity.
Nice.
All right?
I like the way you put it.
It's already a commodity. It doesn't need market adoption. So that's what makes it unique as opposed to anything else. And we're not storing the gold somewhere for you. Okay, that gold, as I was talking to you off camera, is only valuable when it can hold value. So if there's some other instrument that can hold value just as well as gold can hold value, now you apply the fact that there's some other attributes that cryptocurrency allows, which is mobility, 24/7, and there's no borders. You get all those different type of attributes mixed into one in the Goldma token, the GMA token. So that's part of the reason, but I don't want to just take up too much time explaining because I can go all day.
Now that you bring that up, I just want to drop a fun fact. Did you know that Goldma has a pre-existing mining operation? We've been operating for 4 years successfully, and we're very proud of that fact. So that also makes it different. And I want to dive into the history, the history of gold and gold mining in Zimbabwe specifically, because people might be wondering, you know what they say in real estate? Location, location, location.
Amen.
You know?
Amen. That's
So
what they
it
say.
really matters where you're situated, and maybe people might not understand that Goldma is situated in a land of gold. Mr. Rubin, would you like to delve a little bit
Yeah, I
into
want to
that?
chime in. And I'd bring it a little bit wider than Zimbabwe. First of all, we're in Africa.
Yeah.
And the continent has been known to be a source of gold for over 2,000 years, going back as far as ancient Egypt. So from there till now, I mean, people who are bred, who take interest in history will find out that, you know, notable European explorers such as Cecil Rhodes came here to this part of the world looking for minerals, and chief amongst those is gold.
Yeah.
So Zimbabwe is a great location. I think we haven't been explored to a great extent. The numbers vary. Some people say it's only 3%.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure everyone really knows that there's an incredible amount of potential. I mean, the Sunrise 60 claim itself, you're talking of 100 hectares. What's 100 hectares? A kilometer by a kilometer, is it?
It's a lot of land.
It's a lot of land. But within, well, it's a matter of perspective. It is for one company. It's a big plot of land.
Yeah.
That's $6.2 billion worth of gold in that claim. So when you take it to this plot, what about a district? What about an entire province? What's there?
Absolutely, yeah.
There's massive potential.
Massive, massive.
Yeah, and what we're talking about, as you're alluding to, as Mr. J was alluding to as well, is, okay, this is gold. Historically, it has the best, it's held its weight, right? And going forward, I think it's the most reliable thing we can look into in the future in terms of storing value.
Yeah.
And now your question was, what makes Goldma unique? I was just thinking about that as Mr. J was speaking. I can buy $1 billion bar and store it, but it's just there, it's stored, right? If I buy the same amount of money in GMA tokens, I get that same value of the $1 billion bar, but there is a quarterly payout. So not only is there fundamental real value, but there is a return on that investment. I think that's really unique because you're not talking about, certainly, let me put it this way, I haven't seen anything else in the market that offers something like that from the source, you know.
Yes.
This is the entire sort of value chain.
Yeah, okay. Another question that just came into mind as you were speaking and you were talking about the contrast of storing your own gold and actually buying Goldman tokens. And the other thing is another fun fact. Goldma will be operating on the Waves platform and will be trading on the Waves decentralized exchange. Now, somebody actually asked me that question. Why Waves? Why didn't you do Ethereum? And would you like to answer that?
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Go right ahead. Mr.
It is
J.
true that Ethereum offers decentralized exchanges also. Okay? However, some of these exchanges, and I won't name them because I might want to be on there also, they require certain requirements as though they are centralized, but they're advertising as they are decentralized. You know, you can't just list on their exchange and you are now part of the free market economy. Whereas with Waves, I can list. I can create the tokens and then I can list on that same exchange, which gives me the sense, and I'm following the principles of free market economy, that I have the freedom to bring my goods to market without going to a gatekeeper. Now the market can determine whether or not there's value or not, or whether or not it should be sold or not, or whether or not someone has access to it. You know, if I want to sell my tennis shoes, I should be able to bring it to market, right?
Yeah.
I should be able to get on I should be able to call my neighbor and say, hey, listen, I got these old tennis shoes. You want these things, man, $20. But if you have gatekeepers, is it really free? And who are you protecting if you're going to bring that argument up? That, no, you need centralized people to protect from those who would provide poisonous or otherwise nefarious means of duping you, and the market would get rid of them quite quickly. But you got to allow the market to develop to a point where it will have mechanisms in place to do so. Not only part of what we're talking about is free market economy, it's also the aspect that is decentralized, and it's also that the scalability issue is addressed, which as of right now, I hate to talk about Ethereum, they're talking great points in terms of scalability. They have sharding, they have other solutions that they're presenting that will resolve the scalability issue. But they are in a lot of arguments right now about how they're best going to implement the solution of resolving the scalability issue. Because right now, if everyone was to implement their tokens and start trading, the network would be locked up and we couldn't operate. You see? Now, because right now the network is less, the people who are actually operating the tokens, a very small number of people who are transacting their tokens compared to the number of tokens that are actually on the market. Imagine if a larger percentage of those people tried to transact on the Ethereum platform. Now you got locked up. Now you're locked up. Now you're experiencing what you say you were solving with Bitcoin. Because right now, a transaction with Bitcoin takes, I don't know if you guys have had, I've had an experience where it takes way long, man. I'm like, man, come on, man. I'm trying to confirm this thing, man. Let's get the confirmations going. That's not happening with Waves. It's faster. It's more TPS, more transactions per second. So I'm offering a better experience when in terms of transferring value with Waves. And I've never been the person to follow the crowd, like where everybody else is going. I'm never that person. I'm the person that says, do what's best, not what sounds the best.
Okay. Now, I'm just going to play devil's advocate for a little bit. Let's say you guys are pitching for a very difficult investor.
Okay.
Question number one. You said that you'll be operating on the Waves platform. But when you're going to give me my royalties, you're going to pay them in Ether. Why? Somebody's going to ask that, like, why pay me in Ether if you're advocating for Waves platform?
Maybe Mr. J could elaborate on that one, but isn't it basically convertibility? I mean, the depth of the market that, we can actually process those transactions, and they can be fulfilled in a short space of time.
Wow, that's the number one reason.
That's a good one. You smashed it real quick.
You smashed it easy because, the point that he brings up is exactly what I would have said to that person, is that if I pay you in Ether, which is established, the popularity is there. I've already conceded that it is what the crowd is following. Now it's easily transferable. Okay? And if you want to go back into GMA token, just transfer it back. We don't have a problem taking your Ether. You know what I mean? So you just buy more GMA token on that particular exchange. You can go to Waves and buy as much GMA tokens as you desire on the Waves exchange. Okay. Although we will be on other exchanges, and I will be announcing that in the upcoming weeks. We are in talks with a few other exchanges, and I think that will give a little bit more ease and comfort of mind to investors who are difficult.
Okay. Still on the difficult investment tip.
Okay.
I'm still trying to, after explaining all this, you still get people that say, yeah, I hear all that, but why should I buy it? Like they still want to know, like for you, what's in it for me? What would you tell that person? Why are you buying the Goldma token? What are you getting?
I'm going to sound like a broken record. There is no other place where you can have the stability, where you can store your value as well and earn a return on your investment.
I like
And
that.
then I'll add to that is to say you're closer to the source of the actual value that you're attempting to acquire.
Okay.
You know, listen, if you go to the manufacturer and buy an item versus you go to the retailer, what do you think you're going to spend? What's the price difference? Will there be a price difference? Will there be a value difference? That's the type of thing that we bring to bear, is that now you need to examine, are you going to buy from someone who has a offtake agreement with some other mining company to deliver gold to them? Or are you going to go to the mine that's actually giving an offtake agreement? You're probably in between that mine, the offtake agreement, and the person that's selling you that. There's a margin of profit for them.
Yeah.
There's some price difference for them. So now the value is diminished a bit. But for me, I want all my money. I'm going to the source. If I could go buy my suit from the manufacturer, I would buy my suit from the manufacturer because I know I'm going to get it cheaper. But I still get the same quality. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying with Goldma, is we actually have, like you said, an operational gold mine. It's already been here 4 years. It's already producing gold. People have came to see it, to verify it.
Yeah.
You know, ICO bench experts, people who don't know anything about mining and gold have showed up to the mine to see. We also welcome people to come and say, hey, no, come. It's all right. Come visit us. We'll take you to the mine and you can see everything for yourselves. What better offer can you have? Because I'm telling you right now, Google, Facebook, and all these other stock offerings, can you go to their place of work and just go and get a first-hand view? They're not going to entertain that.
No.
They're not going to be welcome to actually say, hey, look at my books here. No, they're going to say, no, wait till my quarterly report. Then I'll let you see the report, but you're not going to see the receipts.
Yeah. They're going to choose what to put in the report.
Come on, man. That's what I'm talking about. Here, we're talking about receipts. We're talking about coming there. We're talking about giving you access. We're talking about being transparent. And we're also saying that value that you are attempting to acquire is the largest amount of value that you're going to access, because we are the manufacturers. We are the people that are at the source. We right there at the gold. We're mining out the gold.
I like that you bring that up, because you were talking about walking into Google, and something just ran through my mind as well. I didn't realize this, but did you know Goldma is also giving an opportunity to small-time investors. So now you don't have to have a large amount of money to be able to invest in the gold mining sector in Zimbabwe. If you have 5,000, then you can put it to use. Because sometimes it's almost as if there's a boundary, for people that have small amounts of money that would like to invest in projects. But because it's not enough, like right now, I can't just walk into Econet and be like, hi, I'd like to invest in your company for $500. You can't. But you can do that through purchasing Goldma tokens worth $500. So that's an opportunity for you. Maybe you're not willing to risk to invest a lot, or you don't want to spend a lot of money on investing. You'd want to see how it turns out first before you do it. Then it's wiser to involve yourself in a crowdfunding initiative that has a solid business plan, and that's Goldma. Well, I hate to say this, but it looks like we are out of time. Just a reminder, our public sale is still on We are still selling our tokens. You can head over to goldma.io to purchase them. And just remember, no one will solicit Goldma token sales on Telegram or Twitter. Just head over to our website and you will find the address inside the website account that you will have created when you register. So it ends on the 12th of October, repeating, 12th of October. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Let us know what you think. Would love to know your thoughts on what we've discussed so far. We're quick to respond. Go to our Telegram group and feel free to ask questions as well. And with that, asante sana.